Hi everyone, welcome back. Those that are new, welcome. Thank you for your like, shares and subscribes. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get started. So I'm looking into the Idaho for the present energies between Bryan and Anne. If there's any evidence that Anne is concerned about it all, and if the prosecution are going to be successful in convicting Bryan. With the next hearing coming up, let's see what their present energies are. Present energies between Bryan and Anne. Present energies, please, Spirit, between Bryan and Anne. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. That's the work card. That's working hard. Being diligent. Looking at all the fine details. Using their knowledge. Five of Swords, wanting to win at all costs. So the Five of Swords also talks about self-interest, discord, and open dishonor. But wanting to win at all costs. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Wands. So things are going a lot slower than they would have hoped. The Queen of Swords here is showing, I believe this is showing Anne. She's using her wit. She's being astute, witty, experienced. She's using her experience. They are willing here to win at all costs. Things are going slower than they would wish, and there are some struggles here. Some burdens that they're carrying. So I am just going to clarify. Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? Now, as I said, the Eight of Pentacles talks about working, being diligent, looking at the finer details, the smaller print, mastering a trade. So I believe that they may be learning something from each other, to be honest. Okay, why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Clarify the Eight of Pentacles, Spirit. Okay, we have the Hermit. Oh, and the Justice card. So the Hermit is saying that they're searching, they're needing guidance. They are obviously they're working on justice here, and they're searching for a way to get their own justice. Give me 5 of Swords. We have the 4 of Coins in reverse. So the 4 of Coins upright, or Pentacles, is holding on. Blocked change. Blocked emotions. Avoidance. So here they're saying that they're wanting to win at all costs, and they're moving forward. There's nothing they are avoiding. They're being diligent and looking into every tiny little detail that they are able to basically put emotion in to. Because they're trying to stop things wherever they possibly can from moving forward. Give me more on the Queen of Swords, which I believe is Anne's energy here. Oh, the King of Swords. Well, how about that? We have the Queen of Swords showing Anne, and we have the King of Swords, who in my readings is Bryan, and he has his sword up, ready to fight. Hers is pointing downways. So she's going around things she's being very smart about how she's going about things. So it's showing here with the King of Swords with his sword up that Bryan has a lot of anger within him that she is trying to settle and approach things in a calmer way, in a smarter way. Because Bryan just wants to go full steam ahead, and Anne is saying, no, well, hang on, let's take our time here. Let's not rush into things. Give me more on the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands next to the 10 of Wands. Oppression. Struggles. So they are actually struggling here to slow things down by the look of it. Things are moving full steam ahead and they're struggling. I believe that some of these motions were meant to delay the trial and give them more time here. To change things, to give them more time. She's wanting more time. Bryan's not too happy about that. But she's really is struggling with, she feels like she's running out of time here. And for whatever motion she's been trying to put in to delay, to give them more time, it hasn't been working. So what are the burdens they are carrying? The Ten of Wands. Why is that here, please, Spirit? Twice. Why is the Ten of Wands here twice? We have the High Priestess and the Moon. Wow. Now, the High Priestess in my Idaho 4 readings is Bethany. And the Moon, things are hidden. The High Priestess is also she who knows and doesn't speak. So they seem to be obviously struggling with things that are hidden, things that they don't know about. Probably this is showing the struggles that they have had with the discovery, how they've had to go through this 51 terabytes of evidence and when they come up to something that hasn't got enough information on it, then they have to put in a discovery. So that's also slowed things down a lot, which has put a lot of burden onto them and a lot of struggles. Okay. So they do seem to be working well together, working towards the same thing, wanting to win at all costs. They're just wanting to approach, they're just approaching it in two different ways here. And struggling to slow things down because of the things that they are struggling to understand and going through all the evidence at the moment and the things that are hidden or they believe that are hidden. Okay. Is there any evidence that Anne has come across that she is concerned about? Is there any evidence that Anne has come across that she's concerned about? Is Anne concerned about any of the evidence that the prosecution have provided? Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. Which is a restless energy. Something is making her restless. The Death card, yes. I believe that the death penalty is what's making her restless. We have the Six of Cups in the past. And as I was actually shuffling that, I'm wondering if she's ever been, well, she would have to be, what do they call it? Death penalty qualified. I'm wondering if anybody has been given the death penalty for her in the past. Okay. What is she concerned about? Evidence has she been concerned about? Okay, Two of Swords. So that's showing something that she's avoiding, or she's basically trying to avoid him being sentenced to death. Well, I can't say that I'd want to be in her shoes trying to save somebody's life. It would be very unsettling, to say the least. So that seems to be her main concern. And there is Ace of Pentacles. There is some evidence that she's concerned about. And it could be something about the witnesses. Okay. So she may be concerned about something about the witnesses. There's something about the witnesses that we don't know about here. Okay, give me more on the Nine of Wands. Knight of Wands. And this is also showing, because Four of Coins or Pentacles in the upright is about control. Now, with it being in reverse and wanting to win at all costs, this is saying to me that something is beyond their control. For justice, yeah? For their own justice. Or for the prosecution getting justice. There definitely is something to do with witnesses that they're struggling with here. And it's something that we don't know about yet. Interesting. Why is this Knight of Wands here restless? Why is she so restless? Apart from her feeling very nervous about him being sentenced to death. Oh, yeah. Suppose you wouldn't want that on your shoulders, would you? So we have the Nine of Wands. Defensive. Stamina, perseverance. See, these two are contradicting each other because the Knight of Wands is an in and out restless energy. Whereas the Nine of Wands is perseverance and stamina, which may be getting to her. The Nine of Wands is also the wounded warrior. I believe that this is saying that she really is restless about being the defense for him in a death penalty case. Give me more on the death. See, so we have the Six of Cups. again here, which is the past. Something to do with the death penalty in the past. And perfected work here. Is this her first death penalty case? Or has there been one in the past? I believe it might be her first death penalty case here. It's got past card, two past cards in regards to the death penalty here. And perfecting her work. Okay, so give me more on this Six of Cups. What about the past? What about the past? Oh, wow, okay. A loss. A regret. Oh, okay. Well, I'm feeling like, after this, I'm feeling like she may have lost a death penalty case in the past. A loss in the past. Maybe it's not a past death penalty. Maybe she's just lost some cases in the past. And because this one is a death penalty, it's really making her restless. Because even though she perfected her work and she put in everything that she possibly could, it was out of her control. See, wanting to win at all costs, out of her control, the death card. The past, perfect work. So I believe she might be questioning herself here, really worried about him losing his life. She may be anti-death penalty, and she's worried about how it's going to affect her if she does lose this case. As I said, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes. Two of Swords. We don't have the death penalty here in Australia. Although some things I would say call for it. But yes, it'd be a very hard decision to make and very hard to be able to have that on your shoulders in some way. I know, I would say. So, emotional fulfillment, yeah. next to the regret card. She really wants to block this death penalty. That's what she wants. She wants to avoid the death penalty. So what evidence here is she concerned about? Now we know it's under the witness, something they're struggling with. Something that we don't know about. What evidence is she worried about here? What evidence is concerning her the most? What evidence is concerning Anne the most? Sorry guys, sometimes it takes a while. You've got to go through the whole deck. What evidence? Oh, okay. Are we meant to know? It looks like the prosecution might have an ace up their sleeve here when it comes to evidence. And I do believe that it does have to do with witnesses. And it's beyond their control. So, will the prosecution be successful here? What's their strongest evidence that they are relying on? Are they going to be successful? Okay, 3 of Cups. Oh, okay. 3 of Swords. King of Swords. Just have to move things up a bit here. The Sun. Nine of Pentacles. In reverse. Underneath the evidence card, 9 of Pentacles, a lot of evidence is being dropped that we're unaware of. Things will be illuminated. Something to do with the community. Three of Cups. Could also, 3 of Cups is also a celebration here. The 3 of Swords. Now, and the King of Swords, which we show, oh, it's under the King of Swords. Hmm. The Three of Swords is under the Death as well. Okay, I'm going to, before I say too much, I will clarify. Why is the Three of Cups here? And the prosecution's energy of whether or not they're going to be successful and what their strongest energies are. Strongest evidence. Now, I would say that they have a lot of evidence here that's going to drop, that's going to be illuminated, that we don't know about. So, give me Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? Three of Wands. They're waiting for something. They could be strategizing. Waiting for their ships to come in. This is also showing strength in this deck. Why is the Three of Swords here? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Something very cutting is going on here. There's really no emotion here towards Bryan. I still believe this is saying they don't know where the weapon is. And I believe that they believe there's more than one weapon. There was more than one weapon used. So give me more on the King of Swords. This one's got his sword down. You have the Princess of Swords. Okay, so we have the Princess of Swords and the Knight of Swords next to one another here. And she's in the upright. Sorry guys, my cat's decided to get on the table. It's like they have some sort of information here about him online. Get down. Oh, sorry about that. That's my cat. Yes, there's definitely something they've got on him that's something they've got on him could have to do with social media. And Anne's looking at this as a big loss here. Something is going to be illuminated. There's a whole heap of evidence that's going to be dropped that we're unaware of. More on the sun. Okay. Communication. There may be some communication through social media that's going to be illuminated here. Are they going to be successful in having Bryan convicted? Oh, okay, a big yes. The sun. A big yes. A hell of a lot of evidence is going to be dropped. It's going to be illuminated. So let me recap here. The energy between Bryan and Anne is pretty mutual here. They're on mutual ground. They're both working towards the same thing here. They want to win at all costs. They are struggling to slow things down. And they are struggling with the knowledge of certain witnesses and the unknown with certain witnesses. They believe that there are some things here that may be out of their control. Anne's main concern here is blocking the death penalty. That's her main concern. And it has something to do with her losing a case in the past. Now, whether it was a death penalty case, I'm not sure. But I feel like this is making her feel very restless. That a man's life is on the line here, on her shoulders. And her main concern is blocking this death penalty. That's what she wants the most. She knows that the prosecution, I believe she knows that the prosecution have enough evidence here to have him convicted, but she wants to overturn the death penalty sentence. She does not want, she'll be happy if she gets him off the death penalty, if she gets that off the table. That's what she her main concern is. Now, as for the prosecution, there seems to be something that they're still waiting for within the community, which is interesting. Perhaps just waiting for the community, waiting to share everything to the community. They're still yeah. They don't have the information about all the weapons, I believe. Well, I've always believed that there was 3 involved, but I'm starting to believe that he used 3 different weapons. And of course, they haven't been able to find them. But it's like they've got him on social media or on the internet or some sort of connection to the internet, communicating, that's going to be illuminated here with a treasure trove of a whole heap of evidence that we don't know about that's going to be dropped. And when I asked if they were going to be successful, it was a big yes. The prosecution are going to be successful. Anne knows they're going to be successful. She knows it's out of her control. But and unfortunately, the death card is beyond her control. The death penalty. But she's hoping somehow to get him off the death penalty. But I don't believe. She believes that she'll be able to get him out of all this evidence that they've got against him. I shall leave the reading there. Love and light.